Hello my loves, my name is Jessica Jade and I'm an organic skincare artisan, but I'm also a health coach. So I always have a lot of awesome tips for everyone, and I really wanted to be able to put this in a video series, a Wellness Wednesday video series, to make it easy for you guys to view when you're on the go, if you don't have time to sit down and read my blog post. Let's get started. This week's topic is sleep and how to get better sleep. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, everyone that I know has trouble sleeping. They're exhausted, they're tired, and they don't necessarily know why, how it affects them, and what they can do to have better rest. So let's dive right in and get into it. The first way to tell if you're not getting enough sleep is if you're always tired. Makes a lot of sense, right? If you're exhausted, if you can't exercise, if you don't have the energy to cook yourself a good meal, if you find yourself not being able to, having to have 3, 4, 5 coffees a day. There's a reason why you're so exhausted. There's a reason why you're caffeinating so that you can have the energy that your body requires to do everyday tasks. So if you're feeling super tired, you need more sleep. The second negative impact of not getting enough sleep is that you're not really paying attention. You're not focused. You're unable to complete tasks in a timely manner. Tasks that are simple, sometimes, especially if you have a job that's complicated and there's a lot of work to be done, if you're unable to focus and get things done, you're not getting enough sleep. Another negative side effect of not getting enough sleep is weight gain. Yeah, you heard me. All that tummy fat that you got going on, if you can't seem to shed those last 10 pounds, even though you're exercising, it might have to do with the fact that you're not getting enough sleep. There's other negative impacts of not getting enough sleep, like high blood sugar, which can cause diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, inflammation, all of which cause heart disease. For women, for Black women, that's the #1 killer of Black women, and for Latinas, that's the #2 killer. So it's really important as a woman of color to pay attention to the signs that your body is giving you. If you're feeling fatigued on a regular basis, you are going to have a lower libido. Your sex drive is going to decrease, and it's because you don't have the energy. You're not in the mood to want to have sex. And so for you guys, if you're a woman and you're seeing that you're to be experiencing a lower sex drive than usual, you're definitely going to want to follow the next 10 tips that I'm about to give you. So here are the 10 tips that I definitely apply into my own life and that I highly recommend that you apply into your life, that are absolutely going to help you get the best sleep of your life. The first tip is a difficult one for a lot of people to follow because we are attached to our devices, cell phones, iPads, television, Kindles, you name it. And unfortunately, they emit blue light, they emit wavelengths, they stimulate you, they overstimulate your body. And if you're on your phone or playing a game or watching television right before going to bed, your brain is still stimulated, and it's not, and in doing so, being on these electronics isn't allowing your body the time that it needs to release sleeping hormones like melatonin and serotonin. Your mind thinks it's still time for you to be awake. It's confused. So if you turn your devices off 1 hour before going to bed, you're going to see a huge difference in the quality of your sleep. I also recommend a weighted blanket. I know they're a bit expensive. There's a lot of sales going on them right now because they're pretty popular at the time. But weighted blankets hug your body and they apply a gentle amount of pressure that allows your body to feel warm and comforted and relaxed. So try a weighted blanket. If you find that you're tossing and turning a lot, it might be that you need a little bit more comfort. You need to be a little bit more snuggled so that you can go to bed. I also highly recommend using essential oils. I am obsessed with essential oils. Like I mentioned, I have an organic skincare line called Sunkiss Organics, and I make this floral body balm with lavender essential oil and a few others. And I always find that when I apply it at night, I am so much more relaxed. It has aromatherapy qualities to it that really help you breathe in peacefully, make you feel calm and relaxed. We're also gonna talk about getting a nice warm bath. You gotta get a nice warm bath if you're trying to relax. And the ideal time to take a warm bath is 1 to 2 hours before you're getting ready to go to bed. Your body is on a circadian rhythm. And that basically, this rhythm is what dictates when you wake up, when you eat, when you go to sleep, etc. So if you put your body warm enough, if the temperature of your body raises high enough a couple hours before you go to bed, when it's time for you to go to sleep, your temperature is slowly going to begin to drop, which is actually what you want when you're trying to go to bed. If you've ever struggled to go to bed because it's too hot or it's too cold, this is why. Your body is meant to be at a 60 to 67 degree Fahrenheit temperature in order for you to peacefully go to bed. So that's another tip. If you are too hot or too cold, you got to make sure that the temperature in the room is adjusted appropriately to your needs so that you can fall asleep more easily. This is a little bit more again, more about your brain and how to soothe and calm yourself. I find that whenever I list everything that I'm grateful for right before I go to bed, it's much easier for me to go to sleep. I find that if I take 5 minutes to journal about my day, it's much easier for me to go to sleep. Or if I decide to pray for it. Pray to be able to have a restful night, be able to wake up early and get everything you want to get done. It helps because you're easing your mind. You're detaching yourself from the day-to-day and you're taking a moment to look inward, and that's always a great thing when you're trying to get amazing rest. So this is something that I am extremely hypersensitive about: noise and light. It's been an issue for anyone that I've lived with my whole life. My little sister, when I was younger, would be pissed because I wouldn't let her watch television in her bedroom when I was trying to go to sleep. It has to be pitch black and I can't see any light. There can't be any noise. And to facilitate that and make it easier on myself, I bought earplugs, I have a sleeping mask, and I use blackout blinds. These 3 things are the holy grail when it comes to going to sleep, because it tunes out the rest of the world and it allows it to be a quiet, dark, comforting environment so that your body understands that it's time for you to go to sleep. Now, last but not least, and this is something that I have resorted to only when I've really had extreme issues going to sleep. Melatonin is a naturally occurring sleep hormone that your body releases, but sometimes due to overstimulation from devices and from your environment, if it's too loud, if it's too bright, if you have a lot in your mind, your body doesn't produce enough of it, which makes it difficult for you to go to sleep. So when you take these melatonin gummies, it provides you with that extra dose that you need to have deep rest. So my last and final tips for you guys is that if you're trying to go to sleep and you're having a lot of trouble, the biggest lesson I've learned as a health coach, guiding clients, in my own experience, in my own life, is that creating a routine is everything. Create a routine for yourself. Go to bed at the same time. Take a shower at the same time. Prep your meals for the next day if that's what you do. Pick out your outfit for the next day if that's your thing, Make sure that your body, you have to create an environment where your body naturally and your mind naturally begin to recognize these steps as the steps that you're taking to go to sleep. And once you have these down, I promise you it's going to be so much easier for you to go to sleep. If you guys have any other questions about sleeping, the importance of sleeping, other tips that you have used that you love, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, my name is Jessica Jade. I'm an organic skincare artisan. My line is called Sunkiss Organics. And I'm also a holistic health coach and wellness speaker and writer. You can find all the great things that I do at jessicajade.co. And I